And
Stephanie,
that's fine. It's part of the equation.
does it matter if public opinion runs against this? Should it matter?
Of course it matters. Of course it matters.
In what way?
Because, you know, when you are using military action, we are not launching a war here. This is a limited strike to, as Dennis McDonough said on your program earlier today, to degrade Assad's chemical weapon capability and to deter Assad from using again, but also deter others who are watching this very closely from using chemical weapons, so that the United States means what it says. There are consequences to violating this international norm that's been in place for a very long time with countries that 98% of the world population have signed on to. Now, you always want to use military strikes with the American people behind you, but let's face reality here. This is a fatigued country when it comes to war, for very good reason. We've been at war for over a decade, and some of it was fumbled. And I'm not trying to place blame on a previous president, but those are the realities that we're dealing with. So the president, particularly the reason why the president went to Congress, because he knows how grave these decisions are, and he wants the American people behind him. Now, does the commander-in-chief always have the ability to act even when the American people aren't behind him, or without congressional authorization? Yes, he does. Will this president do that? I don't know.
Let me ask a jump ball question here. Let's say Congress says no. Forget what the president then does. What does that do to him for the rest of the agenda?
It means his intervention, which he can still go ahead with, I think he has the legal right to do it, but it had better be 100% successful. That he will, and it'll be even worse if he goes with the support of one House, where his party is a majority, and loses the other. In that case, the deal will be, if this works exactly the way Stephanie said it would, limited strikes that achieve precisely the stated end and do not put the United States into a situation where either the Syrian regime falls, leaving us with a mess, or it doesn't fall, inviting America to go in deeper, but the coin lands exactly on its edge and stays there, then he's a big winner. But if that coin wavers or tumbles or lands heads or tails, and we get either of the two outcomes that are most probable that the president says he does not want, then he's going to have a lot of political trouble, a lot of geopolitical trouble, too.
Because there's other things on the agenda.
For leadership reasons, internationally and domestically, he's going to have to act. Domestically, if he doesn't, at that point, Congress knows just what a weak president he is. He'll go to establishing a new high bar to what it means to being a lame duck this early. It would be devastating, I think, for the rest of his agenda.
You think so, Steph? I mean, do you agree with that analysis?
Well, I think that this is not a static debate. The one thing I do agree with, if Congress does not approve this resolution, that it is a blow to the United States, not a blow to the president. It's a blow to the United States authority all over this world.
Right?
It's a blow to our authority all over this world, and unprecedented. And that's why you're going to see some members of Congress vote for that particular reason. Some of them have already said they're voting for that particular reason. I believe that's your position as well.
Let me say a couple things. First of all, I think that if he does not get this vote, he should not go to war. I don't think that you shouldn't treat the Congress of the United States like a focus group. However, things will continue to change.
I don't think that's what the president is doing. The president is doing this so that we can approach this issue, this problem, this threat to our own security with one voice. We're stronger when we do that. He's not using Congress for a focus group, and I think that's kind of insulting.
Well, listen, I don't think the President of the United States should use Congress as a focus group. If Congress says no, he shouldn't go. But there will be other beats in this story, and I think the President should preserve the